topic number 2. So, this was actually an article that I saw up on GameSpot yesterday, and to do with the Wall Street Journal. And there was an article about an analyst who had actually accurately predicted the release of the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One time period, has come out and said that his prediction that the next PlayStation console to be released will be released at the end of 2018. So, Tom, you just bought a PlayStation 4 Pro.
Yeah. If
this is accurate and they say that this is right, how do you feel about the PlayStation 5 coming out at the end of next year?
Well, it's a bit daft that they're sort of planning it so soon. After like a major release like that.
Yeah, because PlayStation 4 Pro didn't come out last year or the year before, wasn't it?
It was last year.
Was it last year?
Yeah.
Oh God, that is soon then, isn't it? Yeah, I'm thinking. I don't. You may have got the last prediction right, but prediction is a prediction. I don't believe we'll be seeing a console from Sony. I mean, well, when we officially hear one until E3 2019.
I mean, I think it could be maybe an upgraded PSVR.
Could be.
Because, I mean, there isn't an HD version out. They could bring something like that, like a more powerful one to run with the PS4 Pro. I might be wrong, but...
No, I could. Apparently, I did read an article that Sony were looking into VR, but in a wireless format. So that would be an interesting aspect. So there's no wires, that'd be cool. But I think it's too soon for us actually to see a console come from Sony before the end of 2018. I don't think we'll see anything. And I think my prediction is E3 2019, and then we'll receive details about the console at the PlayStation Access? No.
The conference.
Yeah, PlayStation Conference, which is at the end of the year. I think we'll see that more details come out then. But I think we're safe for a little while. There's no point, really, for them to release a new console because the PlayStation 4 is doing great. And I know the Scorpio's coming out relatively soon.
That with all the hype about Scorpio saying, "Oh, it's so much more powerful," that might have forced the hand, and they might be putting all production into this new.
But if I was Sony though, I wouldn't be forced into a situation. You only create that panic yourself. I'd like to see if I were them. Yeah, they are going to be thinking about the next console. They're not going to be like, "Oh, we'll wait till we get to it." They will be considering
because I've just got a PS4 Pro, I won't be getting a new console for a few years at least.
I think they end up shooting themselves in the foot for consumers like yourself who have just bought the PlayStation 4 Pro. I'm still considering buying the PlayStation 4 Pro. If it's going to come out, let's say 2018, like this analyst has said, we would hear something this E3 which would kill all sales of the PlayStation 4 Pro because there would not be a point to buy it at all. So I don't think we'll hear anything until 2019, and even then we probably won't see its release till the end of that year at best. So I won't worry about that too much, but if I was Sony, I'd be taking a bit of let's just see how Microsoft do, because there's no point going head to head to them directly, because they'll probably want to see, well, how powerful it is. Let's see how it does, and if it's a good console, Sony can basically, as bad as it sounds, pinch some of the ideas that maybe Microsoft might come out with,
like the Ultra 4K drive.
And just basically make a console which takes their ideas plus the ideas that people are complaining that they don't have and implement those into a console.
Yeah. And
there you go, you're ahead. But basically, you can also look at the cost of the Xbox Scorpio. I've got a slight feeling that the Xbox Scorpio is going to be way overpriced. And if Sony can work that out and release something which is even slightly more powerful but a more reasonable price again, I think if they release anything too soon, they'd be killing the market.
I think about £500.
Well, they do usually come out for about $450, don't they, when they first launch?
I don't remember, but
I think PlayStation 4 came out between 400, 450. Xbox One 450.
What you need to remember is it's not the first iteration of these new next gen consoles. It's the revamp, like the PS4 Pro, which came out at 350. I mean, I still think it'll be 500ish. I might be wrong. It might be 450.
What, the Xbox Scorpio?
Yeah.
I'm thinking 550.
Possibly.
I really do, and I think just by looking at some of the hardware elements that they're inputting into it. Unless they decide to undercut it and basically lose a bit of money on it, which they may have to try and get back a little bit more into the gaming market again. Because they're not doing terribly, it's just that they're not doing as well as their competitors. Or competitor.
Pretty much all of my friends, apart from one or two, have switched to Sony.
It's hard to pull them back. It is hard to pull them back, and if pull them back, I'll cut that out from the show. Pull them back, and it's going to be interesting. I don't think we'll be seeing a new console from Sony though. I'll be very, very shocked if we do, and I will do a forfeit if they announce and release a console this year.
A forfeit?
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Don't know. Come up with one.
This year? You mean next year?
2018 even, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
In 2018. I regret this.
Well, I can't think of one.
Thank God. So moving swiftly on before it comes up with a forfeit idea. What do you think the idea of Sony possibly releasing a console by the end of 2018? Let us know down in the comments below. Would you be happy? Would you be sad? Would you think this is ridiculous or not? Let us know. Let us know on Twitter and on Facebook. And hopefully, if there's any good questions or comments, we'll read them out in next episode.
Yep.
Cool.